Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to give y'all 5 tips that I use every single month to save on my grocery bill. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so tip number 1 is to clip your coupons. I know this is kind of an archaic thing, but I do it every single month. I get coupons from my local grocery store in the mail. So I've got one for butter and cheese and pasta, so I get ones for all the things that I use on a regular basis, and then I also get these, which are items that I don't typically shop for. They're kind of just those extra coupons that they're hoping that you'll use, but I clip those out too just in case the item is on a really good sale and I want to get that item on that specific trip. Alrighty guys, so my next tip is going to be to meal plan, and this is what I use when I meal plan. I got it at Michael's about 3 months ago or so, so there's still, a whole lot left. But basically what I do with this is I write down up top the week that I'm going to be planning for, and then along the side here is all of the days of the week that I plan for dinner. And then you have your breakfast at the top, and then your lunch, and then this is like a grab and go section down at the bottom. I typically don't use that, but like if you have kids or something like that, or if you're a person like when you're getting ready to go to the gym or you're running like to work or something, you want to just grab something really quick, you can kind of meal prep and put those in your section, like cut up some fruit or veggies, or get one of those really good Sargento snack packs. Those are really good too. But yeah, I plan everything, and what I typically try to do is on days I know I'm going to be really busy, which for me are Tuesdays and Thursdays, I try to plan super easy meals. So I'll do something like a slow cooker meal that I can just put it in the morning, and then when I come home from a long day, it's done. I don't have to do a lot of work. Or I'll do something super simple like chicken and pasta. It's nothing super complicated, doesn't take a lot of time or anything like that. And then on the other days of the week that I'm not as busy, I'll do something that's a little different, a little, more on the side that takes a little more prep time, or something that maybe has a little bit more to it. Like I've gotten into making chicken cordon bleu. I made that for the first time last week, and it turned out really well, but that took me probably about an hour or so to make, whereas something like the slow cooker takes me 5 minutes, because all I have to do is put it in the slow cooker and then it does all the work for me. But yeah, I plan this out, and I will typically do like 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then I kind of will like duplicate meals on the 4th week. So if I'm gonna make salsa chicken in the crock pot on the 1st week, on the 4th week I'll make salsa chicken in the crock pot again. And that way I don't have to come up with a million different meals, but that way it still gives Charlie and I some variety. We don't get sick of like eating chicken 24/7 or eating pork 24/7 or anything like that. Alright, and then this is a list of how I meal plan for the month. And there's just 2 right there. So I plan every single meal, and I base it off of days I'm gonna be super busy, like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I try to make it super easy, so I'll do like a crock pot meal or something like hot dogs and easy mac and cheese, which I'll definitely do a video if you guys want that on how I make that. And then other days I'll make something a little more substantial, so I'll do like salsa chicken tacos, which takes a lot of prep time, and shrimp scampi. It's one of Charlie's favorites, so I'll do that. And chicken cordon bleu is like a special dish that I just started making, so I like making that every once in a while. And then I just write down like a reminder of what I'm gonna have for lunches specifically for Charlie for the week. And then this is just basic breakfast. I typically don't write a ton for breakfast. And you kind of see it's the same thing on the other side. And that's also how I help make my grocery list, because I plan all of these in advance with whatever ingredients I already have in my freezer, or things that are going to be on sale when I go grocery shopping for the month. Alright guys, so my next tip is going to be to write down your grocery list. So after you've meal planned and after you've written all of the meals that you want to make, you need to figure out what ingredients that you already have in your pantry, in your fridge, or your freezer, and then you can figure out, okay, so if I want to make chicken and spaghetti. I need to have chicken breast, I need to have pasta, I need to have sauce. So let's say you have the chicken and the pasta, but you need the sauce. So that would be something that you would write down on your grocery list. And I'll kind of go into more detail once I show you guys my completed grocery list after I write everything down. And this is also when you utilize your coupons. So I typically will label things that have coupons and also write those items down first, so that way I know that those are covered and that those are going to definitely be bought before the coupon expires. So I can always go back and get things like bread and milk and stuff. But if it's going to be either on a really good sale from the weekly ad or if my coupon's about to expire, I want to make sure that I definitely write that down on my grocery list. Alrighty guys, so this is what the list looks like when I'm done. And what I do is I mark everything that has a coupon with the C in this. Means that if for the coupon, it's you have to buy 2 items to use it. So I have 50 cents off when you buy 2 of the Kroger pasta. So I just put that there to let me know I do have to get both of these if I want to use the coupon. And this means that it is on sale for the weekly ad. And I always double check that because I know Kroger typically changes their sales on Wednesdays. So I try to get my shopping done before then. And see, kind of how I do it. I also put the counts that I need, or if I need 2 of an item. And I put the ounces in the pounds because that's what's required, the minimum for the coupon. And then this is the important part. So what I do is I go into my Kroger app and I actually add all of the items that I can find into my cart. And I put down that total. And then I add up all my coupons, including my digital coupons, and I subtract those from that total, so that gives me the approximate total of what my final grocery bill will be. Alrighty guys, so my next tip after you've made your grocery list, after you've meal planned and all that, you need to be going to the grocery store and then all of a sudden you realize that something that wasn't on your list is on a really good sale, or you realize that the original item you were gonna get, or the original brand, isn't on a good sale, so you want to wait. So you want to be flexible, and that is a tip that I have to utilize way more often than not. Is I need to be flexible with my shopping list, because if I'm going in to get butter and I thought it was on sale and it's not, it's an extra $1, an extra $1.50, I'm not going to pay that when I know that I can get it for a lot cheaper. It's not something that I absolutely 100% need right at that moment, so I'll wait until the sale changes. But that is definitely a tip that takes some getting used to, but I would definitely recommend it. Alright guys, so my final tip number 5, is going to be kind of a different tip other than keeping your coupons all together, you know, looking at the weekly ad, things like that. It's gonna be how you buy and what you buy. So for me personally, I don't have a pantry in my apartment. I have to utilize 2 cabinets for my pantry. And so my fridge becomes the next most valuable piece of real estate for me to hold my groceries. And I don't want to stuff it so full with things I end up forgetting, or things get pushed back where I forget that they're there. So my big thing is buying frozen vegetables. Or if you want, you can buy canned vegetables if that's what you prefer. But that has been a huge money saver for me, because if I buy fresh green beans, I'm most likely to put them into the vegetable compartment in my fridge, and then I'm gonna forget about them because I'm gonna end up burying things on top of it like fresh fruit, because I don't typically buy frozen fruit unless I'm buying it for smoothies. But I don't want my green beans to be buried underneath, you know, all of my either fresh fruit, or, you know, I'll buy fresh cilantro because I love using that. So that's my next big tip, is don't buy food if you're, you know your habits. I know my habits, you know yours. If you're afraid that it's gonna go to waste, don't buy it. So when I go to my local grocery store, which is Kroger, it's Smith's and other places and whatnot, you can do Walmart, Publix, all these places have a frozen food section that typically will have either name brand frozen food vegetables, or I buy the Kroger brand or the store brand of frozen vegetables. And I find no difference. I like them, Charlie likes them, and they work, and that's what works for us right now. If I had a huge kitchen with a pantry and whatnot, I probably would buy more on the fresher side, but I don't mind the frozen. So that would be my fifth and final tip, is watch what you shop and only shop for things. If you're gonna buy in bulk, make sure they're non-perishable items. If you're gonna buy fruits and vegetables, make sure that you have a system where they're not gonna get buried and they're gonna go bad, because you don't wanna waste that money. But yeah, that is my 5 tips that I use on a monthly basis when I do my grocery shopping. It has become a huge money saver. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!